Okay, so I actually gained 700,000 followers in 4 months, but 400K in 4 months just kind of sounds better. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to share with you every single thing that I did to grow my personal brand. And just a quick preface, anyone can do it. Like, there's nothing that I did to get these results that you can't. Because the reality is, it's a formula. Okay, and if you keep inputting into the formula, you'll get the results. It's just a matter of knowing what to do and how to do it. Oh, and it also doesn't really matter what niche you're in. All these steps are necessary regardless of what kind of content you make. First things first, you need to have a strong message, okay? At the core of who you are and what you do, there needs to be a deep underlying message that is going to positively impact people's lives. Like, if you're saying and doing things that everyone else is already saying and doing, that's not going to positively impact someone's life because there's millions of other people who are providing that message to them already. So for example, I'm in the personal development niche, and I noticed in the personal development niche that it was unbelievably fake and was deprived of any sense of authenticity whatsoever. And I knew that there were a lot of people out there who were just looking for genuinely impactful and valuable content that they could implement into their everyday lives to become a better person. So why is my message strong? It's strong because it comes from a place of authenticity. And everything that I say in my videos, you can take something out of it every single time. Unlike a lot of other personal development creators who are just saying things to steal your attention with a catchy hook or a theatrical performance or whatever it may be, I don't really care. I speak in a monotone manner. I'm not very expressive at all. I don't put on this performance. I just give straight up advice. Now, obviously, you don't have to be in the personal development niche, but whatever niche you're in, like, you should be making content with the intent to positively impact the viewer's life, because otherwise you're just going to get caught up in all the noise in this. Like, this is such a saturated and competitive space nowadays. You have, like, the only way to stand out, to genuinely stand out, is to be impactful, like to be genuinely impactful. Okay, so that's the first thing. You have to get that straight. I would spend days or weeks or months, however long you need to take, to really figure out why you're making content and how you're actually going to change people's lives. That's the first thing you need to sort out. The second thing that I wanted to cover was consistency. You have to be delivering your message on a consistent basis. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you're not consistent, you don't have a brand. You just have a hobby at that point. So if you want to take this seriously, you need to be posting 3 times a day on Instagram and TikTok. And by the way, you can just re-upload what you post. Like, they can be the same videos. You don't have to make new videos for each platform. That's what I did, and I grew relatively at the same rate on Instagram and TikTok, so it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you need to be making 3 pieces of short form content every single day. And ultimately, what consistency is going to do for your personal brand is get your face out there, first of all. The more recognizable your face is, your voice is, your style of videos, the more people are going to be receptive to the videos that you post. Because over time, as you post, you're going to build trust, you're going to build an audience, you're going to build a sense of community and a fan base, right? So the more you build that foundation out, and the more solid you build that, the more people will be receptive to your content, just to put it simply. And the reason that that is extremely beneficial is because you're going to snowball. So you're going to start out small, right? Like, you might only get a couple hundred, few hundred views a video when you first start out. But that's fine, because we're not looking for rapid growth here. We're looking for exponential growth. So when you start out, you're going to be getting probably almost no attention at all. But the more you post each and every day, you're going to be rolling that snowball into a bigger and bigger and bigger snowball. And the more traction you're going to get, the more momentum you're going to pick up, the more recognizable you're going to be, the more your videos are going to get pushed out. Like that's just the way the algorithm works on these platforms. You have to be consistent. If you're posting 3 times a day for 4 days and then you skip 3 days and then post 1 day, it's like that you can't do that. It's like not an option. It just isn't. And when your snowball gets big enough, then you can move over to different platforms. Like, I moved to YouTube, and I've grown. I just started posting consistently on YouTube like a month and a half ago or two. I forget. I think it's like a month and a half or two months ago. And I'm already at 30,000 something subscribers at the date of this video. The reason that is because people recognize my face. People know what kind of content I make. And because I've built that trust and that foundation, people want to watch my videos regardless of what platform it's on. So again, like, I know you probably have heard like, be consistent, you know, and it's like probably driving you crazy now, but it really is essential. It's mandatory, a must. You can't grow a personal brand if you're not consistent, especially in the beginning. The third thing that I wanted to cover was find what works, okay, and build on that. In the beginning, your main priority should just be putting out content. Don't focus too much on perfecting your style of video, because you're just gonna end up like paralyzing yourself, and like you're just gonna be stagnant, and you're probably not gonna end up posting anything, period. So just put videos out there. Like I said before, you're probably not going to be getting any attention in the beginning anyways. So it's going to give you an opportunity to just throw stuff out there and see what sticks. Okay. And when you find out what sticks, to really try and understand what people liked about that and build on that. And over time, you're going to kind of craft a style of video that is most efficient and effective and optimal, because you'll have posted X amount of videos before that where some worked and some didn't. And you're just going to combine all the aspects of the videos that worked and combine them into one. And then you're going to have a system. And when you have a system, it's easy to just keep inputting. Okay. So the goal here is not to just like be super spontaneous and random about this. Our goal is to develop a system, a formula in which we can just keep inputting in, okay, and getting the same output. So I have a certain style of video, okay? I have a style of video that I know works. I have a routine, a system, a process that I just input, and I get a relatively similar output each time. But the only reason I was able to get to that point is because I posted hundreds of videos, and I took the time to understand what worked and what didn't work, and I just took the pieces of the videos that worked and I just put it into one. Okay, so now I have my style. You're going to have your own style. If you just try and copy other people, again, you're just going to blend in with everything else. But this takes time, so be patient. Okay, this is going to take a lot of trial and error. Okay, so you have three parts to this. You should have something impactful to say. You should say it consistently, and you should build on how you say it. But there is one major piece of this puzzle that if you're missing, none of this will work. And that is conviction. If you don't have conviction behind what you're doing and what you're saying, it's not going to work. Okay? I don't mean to sound pessimistic, but you have to be all in on this. You have to be fully in. This is all in. Okay? You can't be half in, half out with this kind of thing. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. You're going to blend in with all the noise. Your message is not going to be strong. You're not going to have any type of like oomph behind what you're saying or the videos that you're making, okay? And you have to have that if you want to stand out in this space. Okay, so I just wanted to cover that really quick before I moved on. Now, I understand that there are little nuances and questions that I might be overlooking. So I asked the content creators in my Discord community any questions that they might have, just to kind of cover anything that I might be missing. So the first question is, can you go over the marketing aspects of your content creation? So like I said before, I identified that there was something missing in the personal development space, and that was authenticity. So I knew that whatever message I was trying to deliver to my audience, I needed to deliver it with authenticity at the core, because it simply was just something that people were craving and nobody was providing. So that was the center of my marketing strategy, I guess you could say. So for you, it would be beneficial for you to find something in your niche that people are craving, people are wanting and needing, that nobody else is providing, or very few people are providing. If people want it, they're going to listen. So you just have to take the time to identify those things that people are really craving. Second question is, how many times would you post a day on Instagram? I answered this before. It was 3 times a day. As for times, I would post at 12 p.m., 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This question is, how do you grow a community and not just followers? This is a really good question. Nowadays, if you want to have a strong personal brand, you have to have a community. Otherwise, you don't have that strong foundation that I was talking about earlier. So how do you build a community? It's very simple. You can set up, like I said, I have a Discord. I make it really easy for people to join. There's no paywalls, there's no anything like that. I put it in the bios and descriptions of the videos I post, and you click and join it. And I have it set up so there's sections for everyone, right? At the core, it's a personal development community, but I have sections for business, right? E-com, trading, content creation, sales, real estate. I have hobbies and interests for people that just want to chat with their friends, where people can talk about books, fitness, music, travel. What else do I have here? And then the main portion of the community, we do daily check-ins where people can kind of treat this channel as like a journal, like a daily journal, where they'll do daily entries and kind of keep track of what they're doing and not doing every day. So like I have a set list of 6 things that I tell my community members that they should be doing every day. So they just come in here, check it off if they did it or didn't do it, and then they do a reflection. And then I kind of just respond to some of the reflections to kind of build on it, help them grow and stuff like that. We have a daily wisdom channel, ask anything channel. So basically when people watch my videos and they like what I say, what I do, and they find out that I have a community, a lot of people will just join that because they want to be part of something bigger than themselves. They want to be able to ask people who are dealing with the same issues and having the same struggles as they are, so that they don't feel alone and they have a network. So this is just a place for all my followers to kind of come and build connections, build on each other's ideas, hang out, just get to know each other, that kind of thing. And having this core foundation, again, like, it's extremely beneficial because you're going to have a loyal fan base wherever you go or whatever you do. Because down the line, obviously, like, the goal is to expand onto other things. You don't want to be posting reels, like just strictly reels for the rest of your life. You want to move on and create different businesses and go into different ventures and stuff like that. And when you have a strong community, a strong fan base, a strong core, they're going to follow you pretty much wherever you go or whatever you do. So that's essential. The next question is about time management. So I highly advise having a schedule, like a set routine. So I typically make my videos at night and during the day. It just kind of depends. But have a set system, whatever works for you. I don't know your schedule, like your daily schedule, if you work a 9 to 5 or you're in school or whatever. That's going to change for you. So I can't really give you a schedule, but there's time in your day that you can dedicate to making content and just block out like a few hours to just knock out a few videos. But like set it in your schedule, because if you're kind of just aimlessly doing it or whatever, it's harder to be consistent that way. Next question is account warm-up and management of videos / feed. So account warm-up, I started posting on my personal pages, so I wasn't starting from scratch, so I didn't have to warm up my account. I just started posting on my regular Instagram account that I've had since I was in middle school, so I didn't have to do an account warm up. And that was kind of the same thing with TikTok. I've had my TikTok account since I was in high school, so I didn't have to do any of that. I know that a lot of people do that nowadays. I'm not sure if it's essential, to be honest with you, but regardless, just start posting content anyways. The next question is about sticking to a niche, doubting yourself, not so much the ability to create, but what you're actually making. Yeah, so like I said before, when you get wrapped up in the quality of the content you're making, like obviously you should aim to make the best video that you can, but there gets to a point where you just have to post it, okay? If you keep reanalyzing your videos, you're going to slow yourself down and bottleneck how much you're able to output. And especially in the early stages, output outweighs everything else, because that's what's going to give you the information that you need in order to grow and expand on your content. The next question is, was it more so just staying consistent while posting high quality reels? Yeah, so I mean, to put it simply, like consistency is going to be your best friend. The more you post, naturally, the better your content's just going to get. Like, that's just kind of the way it works. All it takes is one video. I'm going to put up a screenshot here somewhere. All it takes is one video. On one video, I gained over 60,000 followers, okay? 60,000 followers is enough to change someone's life forever. So don't think that it needs to take that long, okay? Your life very well might change tomorrow. That video that I just showed you was just a regular video. I didn't think it was anything exceptional. It was just like any other of my videos that I was making. So camera died there for a second. I forget what I was saying, but I think it was something along the lines of like, you never know what video is going to pop off for you. You can get a better sense of what tends to do well or perform better. But there's never a way to fully 100% know. So, and like I said, like I have multiple videos like this. I'll put them all up on the screen, like whatever. Bang, there's that one that I showed you. There's another one. Here's another one. Like, it's tens of thousands of followers just from one video. Just don't limit yourself in that regard, okay? So hopefully my answers were sufficient enough for these questions. But you guys, like, this is a really simple process. Don't overcomplicate it. What you should really be concerned with is how invested you are in this. Because like I said, if you don't fully believe in that you will succeed in this, and you don't have any conviction behind what you say or what you do, first of all, your audience is immediately going to pick up on that and just become disengaged right off the jump. And second of all, you're just going to burn out, okay? And then you're going to start from square one again and repeat the cycle like you've probably been doing for months now. So if you take anything from this video, know that it's possible because you are just as capable as I am. There's nothing I did in my process that you can't do. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any further questions at all, or you're just looking for a strong network to be a part of along your journey, go ahead and join my community below, and I will see you soon. Peace.